Good news, everyone! How about Ahmed Diab's music has returned to a streaming service? Now, I heard the news today that if you follow for a while, Ahmed Diab was music catalog called Post 2016 has now acquired, but was now agreement is now exclusive agreement with Sony Music Middle East. Now, I may say this is might be the biggest turning point of the music industry, and I honestly know Sony Music Middle East would become a new beginning. And like, does it compete with Lutana, Masika, Free Music? Just name a few, and especially Warner Music Arabian, so Middle East. But this one is different. Ahmed Diab was once to be the greatest Egyptian singer in the world, and I think the biggest hit was Up Point is Televi Ma'ak was song from 2000. It was written by Ahmed Al Yusa, may rest in peace. But and this song, and I think this is the legacy of the Ahmed Diab's career since Nuna Ali. There's reason that appeared to all the Middle East audience, including Egypt, that want to do something different. So, and even how and since the problem, Ahmed Diab have the four World Music Awards, but in between 1996 to 2013. But I respect all the community, so all the Egyptian community and everyone across the globe love that. And you heard the hit song, people heard the Arab singer you probably heard. So here's the history of the Amini Diabs had to contend with the record labels. So but back in the 80s, well, Amini Diab signed a record deal with the Deda Sound. And so the Deda was led by producer Nasik Rousseff. He happened to did a few albums, none of them success. Well, notable was probably appeared in one movie called Ice King in Green, or whatever the hell the name is. But it was a great film, but I would recommend to check out. My dad saw the movie, seriously. But he had a break until 1996 with a groundbreaking album Nunai. It was co-produced by Anna Fan, was when become the first incorporation. But in fact the biggest and it's probably become the and I and even Ahmed Diab was probably gone to sex with the number one hit, the biggest hit in until 2000 was Habibi Ya Nunani. It was a massive hit in worldwide, and even not only Egypt but in worldwide. It was become the biggest song ever, and even the music video directed by Tariq Alian. So that's when and even I mean a big pick up a World Music Award for Best Middle East Artist. So that's that. And the follow up with Abu Duni, and this probably continue with relationship with Deda Sound. But however, Ali Fan, who produced Nuna In album, re-released the Abu Duni album without Nasir Kosen and Deda Sound involved it because reasons they had problems with that. So I'm not sure that on the Wikipedia, but also reason that RFM was re-releasing Abu Dunya album was might give pair of the next album Amarin, and and then guess what? It's also success. It also the music video was directed by Sharif Sabri. So this for me and Amane was become the success in at one point. And then later that in the next year in 2000, the new millennium, the biggest album all ever was Atenemi Mag. Was including the title song would become worldwide hit. And I remember I heard the song. Now I was a kid. I heard on ART Music, was now known as Rotana Music, and I was never. I heard this song. It was my childhood, and it was my proud childhood. And I respect all of the song is about the love, and it was my proud child. And the next couple of albums, but unfortunately, other than and unfortunately that the last album, Amenelbi, was because he was probably marked the final album of Al FM before moving to Rotana in 2003. Because to probably reason that he had fallen out with Al FM founder Musa Gavin, and especially commercial disappointment of Amanelli album, because in the time this is before the Iraq War happened. So and then, eventually, Lutana signed. Amadou Diab signed with Lutana was probably gotten confused and after problem with Mosa Gavin, but and especially in the film company. But lucky enough, a year he finished up with the album with a new label, a new record deal with Lutana with the first album, Leading a Harley, and it was a success. It was probably, and this is how Rotana show us an actor problem with Musa Gavin. So this has become a turning point, and it was a lot of the biggest. And Lady Lahadi was probably become a music genres of between in courtesy of an music arranger and a member of Ramon band, Nada Hamdi. So if you love Neil and Hardy and especially the few songs you're familiar with, give it a listen. But and then so after the couple hits is albums including the Elila were gone and uh, Elila D and no wait Elila D and Elila because I probably confused the same title, but who cares? Won the two World Music Awards between 2007 and 2013. So, and then for the one, so and in 2015, after the last album was gone, it's called Shofi AM. Ahmed Diab ended recorded contract with Rotana for no apparent reason because he had a release, but then the next album was releasing on her production company and independent Nightfall Media, and it was some gone. And even though the Afternoon not as good as the last album, Super AM was not as good as the Elila, but even Rotana was probably gone punishing ended. This part the reason Rotana was one of the largest record labels in the Middle East, but he moved on. He now on the own, so he releasing a few albums, but in 2022, unfortunately, these songs are officially removed in streaming service like Spotify and YouTube, but retained as Reni because Ahmed Diab signs with Reni to to include and deal with existing content, deal with Reni to releasing songs between on albums and singles on the streaming service Reni. But it was got negative feedback, and even the YouTube got copyright blocked on some songs. So and they're gonna and even doing the new album was gone okay success in Reni, but and until today, because Sony Music Middle East acquired the catalog post 2016 song catalog of Ahmed Diab, but then now and then now officially and songs were officially returning to streaming service on Spotify and YouTube, and especially Adreni will retain that streaming strategy in the stream distribute Ahmed Diab's songs and albums for her, despite they had exclusive deal. And that's the history of Ahmed Diab's working with the record label. So I would say this is my turning point, and this is I think that Ahmed Diab is my proud inspiration. He is Hababa if you call that, but the reason because I love anyone Arab artist and like Shireen, Asala, Tamar Hosni, Mohammed Hamaki, or a lot of others. It was wants to be the best. It was probably no Ahmed Diab was no exception. He's wants to be, and I think this might be the biggest singer in the Middle East. But I will expect what's going on next with Sony Music Middle East, and in fact, Sony Music and managing director is actually Rami Mousset. He began working at Nugum FM in Egypt and become and he was becoming the one of the leaders radio stations in Egypt. He also working at an NLP and Nugum Records, who all gone a relationship with Muhammad Hamaki, but I left Nugum FM and more specifically Nine Radio Productions. He now working at and head of music at Spotify Middle East, but it didn't last long for 2 years. He had, but now working at Sony Music as in Middle East as managing director. So this is why Sony Music was become different in the Middle East, and I am excited. And I think Rami Musa wants to be the best music executive in the Middle East, and he's a full force in the music industry. And he like I said, he worked with Mohammed Hamid, but now in under Sony Music Middle East. So let's continue relationship with singer. So Ahmed Diab was releasing music through partnership agreement with Sony Music Middle East, and let's see what happens in next year on the new album. Who knows? Maybe releasing on Reni or maybe on releasing in their own way. So can we? I am excited for a new Ahmed Diab album in a couple of months, and let's see what happens. Go Ahmed, you the best. That pretty much it. Good luck for that, Mr. Ahmed Diab. You are the Hababa of the century. So I see you there.